guys, you're listening to Andreas Talks Art.
All right, today I'm going to tell you something you need to give up right now if you want to be a successful artist. And the first thing you need to give up is the not enough mindset. You know, whether it's you're posting to Instagram your art and you don't have enough followers, or you're not getting enough likes, or you're not getting enough money for your artwork. Whatever it is, this mindset you have of things being not enough, I think it really holds people back, because as you grow, you know, everything's a slow progression. It's not going to happen overnight, whether that's trying to build up your followers or trying to sell a piece for a lot of money. It takes time to grow and expand. And with the slow process of this, it's never going to feel like you make huge leaps and strides. And if you hold on to this idea that it's not enough, it's going to keep growing with you as you grow. You know, you start off with 10 likes, and that's not enough. And then you get 20 likes. That's still not enough. And then you get 50 likes. That's not enough. 100 likes, 1,000 likes. As you grow, this mindset of yours, of this not being enough, is going to grow. And sure, that can push you to keep growing, right? But the way it holds you back is you're not appreciating what you have in the moment. You know, everything you have right now is something you built up, and that's something to be proud of. And sure, you should keep pushing for more, but you should also take time to really appreciate what you have and realize what it's done for you. And I think with a mindset of appreciation over not enough, you will be able to really understand the value you're creating for others more, and be able to put out better work that people connect with more. And along with that is comparisons. You know, if you're constantly comparing yourself to others' work, to others' following account, to others' followers, to whatever, you know, it's another thing that's holding yourself back, because there's always going to be someone that's better than you, you know. And at the end of the day, if you want to compare yourself, you should just compare yourself to the day before and see if you're improving day by day, then that's all that matters, you know. It's not what others are doing, because everyone has a different life. Everyone has different people in their life. They have a different surrounding. They have different connections. Everyone's going to live a different life, and there's never going to be a moment where you can't compare yourself. So there's never going to be a moment where you're content with comparing yourself to others. You know, if you're comparing, you're always going to feel a little lesser, because you'll always be able to find someone who's better than you. So I think it just adds a lot of negativity in your mindset and can make things just more stressful at the end of the day. The next thing that really holds people back and you need to give up is making excuses. You know, the excuse that, you know, you don't live in this place, so you can't connect with these people, right? As like all these artists who move out to California and Los Angeles, and damn, I'm not there, like I can't do what they're doing. Or the idea that, you know, other people say someone who's born with money, and, you know, they have this huge advantage over you, and you're like, damn, I don't have that. I wasn't born with that. I wasn't given all this money. Like, I don't have what they have. Some other people, you know, some people have different things going on in their head. Some people have ADHD and they can't focus, and you're like, damn, I can't focus. Like, and the idea of like making excuses and using things outside of yourself to say, I can't do this. You know, if you can find one person who has a similar situation as you and who's made it, then it completely destroys any excuse you have. And I can guarantee you can find a person who is under the same situation. I guarantee you can find someone under worse situations than you who's gotten themselves to the place you want to be. And therefore, your excuses are just wasting time, wasting space in your head, and wasting energy, and they're not helping you succeed. So just give them up right here, right now. Boom, they're gone. Let's move on. The next thing you need to give up is working nonstop, because you're going to burn yourself out. You're going to get tired of what you're going to doing. You're going to get fed up. And at the end of the day, you're not going to put out your best work, because you're going to be drained. everything is a balance, and we're going to constantly come back to the idea of everything being a balance. But, the balance with art is producing and consuming, right? And if you're always producing and never consuming, you don't have any new ideas coming in, and it's going to hold your production back because you're not going to have good inspiration, fresh ideas to create these awesome things you're trying to make, right? But if you're always consuming and never producing, well, I think you can see the problem with that is there's no art you're making, and there's nothing you have to sell or put out to the world. So, you need to be producing and making new art, but if you're doing it all the time, it's just going to lead to burnout. I think that's plain and simple. So give it up. And the next thing we want to talk about is you need to give up taking uninformed advice to heart. And what I mean by this is everyone around you is going to give you ideas of how you should do things. If you're running a business, how you should run your business. If you're making art, how you should make your art, how you should promote yourself. And at the end of the day, if they're not trying to run their own business, if they're not making art, if they're not trying to promote their own things, they don't have the same knowledge. They don't understand, they just, they're going off of their opinions on beliefs of how things should work, but they don't have any results or examples within themselves of how these things should work. So therefore their advice is uninformed, and you shouldn't take it to heart. You can listen to it, but just know that they're coming from a place of misinformation. And it's not their fault. It's just they haven't tried the things you've tried, and they haven't worked in this same field that you're working in. So at the end of the day, if someone's not working in the same field you are and they're trying to give you advice, it's probably not the best advice, so don't take it to heart. Okay. Next thing you need to give up as an artist is feeling selfish. And I think this comes up for every artist from time to time because, most of us get into this field of art with a lot of passion. Art isn't something you do because your mom and dad told you to. They're not trying to force you to become an artist like some parents force you to become a lawyer or a doctor. Art is something that's within you. And after a while, you can look around and see all these other people doing things, like I said, like being a doctor and directly like helping people save lives. And when you're making art, you can feel sometimes that it's a very selfish act, that you're truly just doing it for yourself. But at the end of the day, if people are buying your work, if they're giving you money, you're helping those people out in a certain way. And it may not be obvious like a doctor, like you're not saving lives in that sense, but you could be saving someone's life in another sense. There's a lot of struggling artists out there, and when they see you succeed as an artist, it gives them hope. And there are a lot of people who can't create art themselves. And when you create art and they're able to buy it and fill their homes with the art, it fills them with this beauty that they're just not able to do on their own. And, it's really appreciated. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a thing. So just give up the idea that you're selfish in any way, shape, or form. You're awesome. The next thing you need to give up is the need for praise. Okay? Now, this is the total opposite side of the spectrum. But as you continue to put work out, and some work you'll get praise for, other works you don't, you have to detach from this need for approval. Right? Because why are you making the art? Is it for the need for approval? Because if that's what you're making the art for, it's going to be, you're not making your art anymore. You're making the world's art, right? And you're only going to make what they approve. And it's going to limit you a lot. So you need to drop this idea and just put out work to put out work. Think of it, I like to think of it as an experiment, and just to see what's going to happen when I put this out. Are people going to like it? Are people not going to like it? There's no negative or positive attachments to either, whether they like it or don't. Just learn from it, grow from it, move on, and that's that. The final thing I want to talk about is the idea of being a scattered genius, a crazy artist, A lot of people tie artists and art to chaos, and me, myself, I've definitely fell down this path of becoming very chaotic within my art. When I start creating, everything becomes a mess, everything goes everywhere. And, this can and has led me to a lot of creative inspiration. But at the end of the day, you need to drop the idea that that's what an artist is. You can also be very organized, you can be very clean, and you can still be an artist. You don't have to be this crazy, chaotic mess all the time. And the more you start to focus and organize and clean things up, you'll realize the easier things become. It's not all over the place. Everything's not scattered, It's all there for you where you need it, and you know where things are. So those are the things you should definitely give up if you're trying to become a successful artist. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, peace.
Thanks for listening. Share this with your friends if you liked it. And don't forget to be cool. Peace out.